Nobody talks about this part of the glow up. When you start to look and feel better, there are some people that won't clap, they will project. And I think this is why. Beauty makes you visible. And let's be honest, that could sometimes be uncomfortable. Now, if you're like me, sometimes you have little bits and bouts of social anxiety. Sometimes I could be a really introverted person and I don't want to be around people all of the time. I don't want to have people notice me all of the time. Sometimes it could get really uncomfortable, the level of attention that comes to you. And some people don't want that. Some people genuinely get terrified when that happens, because when it is you're visible, you're open to a lot of scrutiny. You're open to people criticizing you, you're open to people judging you, and you're open to people envying you for no reason whatsoever. There's so many times where I will be having conversations with my friends and they will be telling me about a story or an interaction that they were having with someone, and the clear factor of this person's aggression is jealousy. But when it is, I tell my friends that, you know, that's jealousy, right? You know, it's very odd that that person just said that to you, right? They would only say that if they're envious of you. The first thing my friends would say is, but I don't have anything to be jealous of. They have all of this. They're married. They have kids. They have a business. They have all of these. I'm still trying to figure myself out. I'm still trying to, do something with my life. So what is there to be jealous of? And the thing is, jealousy makes no sense when it comes from an insecure person. Jealousy makes no sense when it comes from an unhealed person. Jealousy itself is not a terrible emotion. It just alerts you to what it is you feel like you may be missing in your life. So if it is, I say that, okay, looking at this person achieving this thing may have made me a little jealous, I could sit with myself and say, why did that make you jealous? Is it because you know you want to achieve something similar or even better, but you're not putting the work towards it? Okay, so what can we do about that? Start working on ourselves, start working on our goals so that we could get to that place, yeah? But people who are not in touch with themselves and people who are just deeply, deeply insecure would see jealousy as a reason to attack, see it as a reason to offend, see it as a reason to go on the defense and constantly berate the object or the person that they're jealous of. You don't have to have anything substantial. You don't have to have the best car. You don't have to have the best house. You don't have to have the best body. But that does not mean that there aren't people that are jealous of you. That does not mean that there aren't some people that deem themselves less attractive than you and as a result will envy you. Because of this, it can sometimes be terrifying or uncomfortable to be deemed as the conventionally attractive person in the group, in the environment, in that particular place. I've been in situations where the main person that was jabbing at me, the mean people that always had something to say about me, were persons older than me, were middle-aged women. And I, as a person in my 20s, I'm looking at them and I'm saying, my first reaction on meeting them is, oh my gosh, you're so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, you have all of these things going for you. Yes, I love that. I would love to learn more from you. I would love to have more conversations with you. But then I would find that there would be instances where I'm doing work or I'm trying to start a business or whatever, and you would expect these people who have gone through the exact same venture as you, who have been where you are in life, you would expect them to give you some sort of advice, to give you a pat on the back. Yes, you're going in the right direction. You're doing really good. Not knowing that these people low-key envy you. And the reason they envy you is because it took them way longer than it's taking you to achieve the exact same goal. Becoming beautiful forces you to face old identities. Beauty isn't just external. It forces you to step into a new version of yourself. It forces you to create different habits. It forces you to eat differently. It forces you to sleep differently. It forces you to dress differently. When you know within yourself that you are truly beautiful, that you are truly an attractive person, there's just a certain way that you treat yourself, because you now want to take care of yourself. You now view yourself as special. You view yourself as worthy of being taken care of. You view yourself as being worthy of love. So you treat yourself differently. Your goals become different. The way you go about your goals become different. Your conversations become different. Your hobbies sometimes become different. You understand that the more you take care of yourself, the more beautiful you become. And that forces you to shed the old identity of you. It forces you to let go of the laziness. It forces you to let go of the procrastination. It forces you to let go of the negative thinking, of the bad mouthing and gossiping. It forces you to let go of that, because you are now stepping into the version of yourself that is higher. You're stepping into the version of yourself that is now healed. You're stepping into the version of yourself that wants to experience love and give love in equal forms. And because of that, when it is you're seen more, it's very easy for you to become misunderstood. Sometimes the scariest part of being beautiful is realizing that you've outgrown who you used to be. Is realizing that you've outgrown the shy girl, you've outgrown the laziness, you've outgrown the procrastination. We get so used to self-sabotage, we get so used to just doing the bare minimum, that when it is we start to achieve more than we thought was possible, it becomes scary. It becomes new territory, and you don't know what's going to happen as a result of you walking on new territory, and that is scary. But that's the choice that you have to make when you realize that you want to step into a higher version of yourself. And the world reacts differently when it is you're deemed as beautiful. It changes how other people treat you, because whether we want to admit it or not, people are shallow. Pretty privilege is real. So when it is you step into a place and you know that you take care of yourself, your hair is neat, your skin is clean, your makeup is popping, your dress is cute. When it is you step into a place and this is the aura that you're giving off, people tend to treat you better than if you just rolled out of your bed in your pajamas and went to Starbucks to order a coffee. People treat you better when you put effort into yourself, as opposed to if you go to the airport with a bonnet on, with your bedroom slippers on, with some sweats on. People treat you differently based on how they perceive you. If they perceive you as someone that doesn't take care of yourself, they treat you as such. But if they perceive you as someone that does take care of yourself, they treat you as such. And therefore, this can also backfire. I've seen situations where there is a friend group, right? There could be 3 girls, 4 girls, whatever. And then there'll be the girl that is a little overweight, she doesn't really know how to do her makeup as much, she doesn't know how to do her hair as much, whatever. But they don't care, they love her, they take her everywhere. And when it comes to male attention, they know they don't have to worry, because they don't see her as competition to them. However, the minute that girl says, okay, I'm tired of being the ugly fat friend, I'm tired of being overweight, I'm tired of being the one person in the group that nobody looks at, and they start working out, they start losing weight, they start learning how to do their hair, they start trying different styles and trying different makeup looks. I've seen it where when this girl starts to get a little bit of attention, you find that the girls that were her friends before turn against her. All of a sudden, they have all of these issues with her. All of a sudden, she's self-centered. All of a sudden, they hate being around her. All of a sudden, it's, oh, we actually forgot to invite you. And this is just a side effect of becoming beautiful. Because that girl was accepted in that friend group because they did not see her as competition. That girl will be invited to outings and date nights and girls' nights and all of these things because they knew when push come to shove, they could always depend on this girl to not take away the attention that they would be getting. And there are people like that because people are shallow. When it is you decide that you want to become a better version of yourself, expect the world to react differently. Expect people to treat you differently. Expect strangers to want to do things for you without you having to ask. Expect people to come up to you and compliment you out of nowhere just because they want to tell you how beautiful you are. But expect friends to turn against you as well. Expect family members to constantly mention how you lost weight. Expect persons that you grew up with. Expect your co-workers. Expect at least 25% of the persons that were accepting to you before, because sometimes it gets really shocking. You would have never known that this person had this internal competition going on with you. But at least 25% of the people that you know, I say 25 because I don't want to move it to 50, expect them to suddenly start acting weird and distancing themselves from you. But this is no fault of yours. This is just a side effect of people's insecurity coming to the forefront. Becoming beautiful sounds exciting until the world starts treating you differently. But this is just something that you have to make peace with yourself, that you're willing to go through and willing to accept. Because at the end of the day, life becomes easier when you are deemed more attractive. If this video resonated with you, do subscribe because I post quite often, actually every day. But I'm going to say quite often for now.